Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Genshin Impact English Lesson 25. We're continuing Stormterror's quest, and here is the reference for where we are in the story. We left off with, yes, doing these three things on the map, and we're going to do those, and I could give you a little walkthrough of that. If you got some EXP and did your dailies or other stuff, get those in advance, just because sometimes doing the story full-fledged is hard for some people. So it's totally understandable. Recommended order, east, and then north, and then west. So from your friends, we're going to do the eastern first, just because we can land on those towers. After you finish all this beeswax, shenanigans, this trouble, this happens.
Wow, this light actuating ceremony does work magic!
And my favorite thing to do is just teleport back to Stormterror's lair, so I can glide to these locations.
One of the three halos above has now become solid
Makes things
ground. Let's start looking for the next puzzle.
Collect the light in the north and bring it to that statue. Always and always unlock these towers. Fast travel is so important, oh my god. And then you could skip this, but they are very annoying to deal with, so I'm just going to defeat them, because we want to collect that light behind those crates. Come on. Come on, Lisa, you got it. Yes. Oh, there's only one more. Cool. Okay. And then you see this. You want to climb up one of those rooks. I don't know what you call that, actually. In English, we just say pillars. They're stone pillars. Climb up the stone pillar and then drop down, collect that. Nice. And then go back to where the enemies were. Collect this light. Nice. Get those drops. And I forgot there was a treasure here, so we're gonna get that. Yay, treasure. Nifty. Cool. And then up over here, there's one behind that weird stone crumb. It's so large, I don't know what to call that. You want to strike it with a claymore user, ideally. And then once you collect that light, we want to, yes, we got some iron chunk, very useful. You know where to go. Yay, awesome. Hey, guys, I'm doing all the work down here. You want to help me? No? Okay, wow, I'm doing all the work. Jesus. Well, at least Kaya and Lisa are on my team.
The top of the tower will be broken.
Yeah, on to the next puzzle. We're just walking distance. We're gonna sprint there. Oh dear, my stamina. Oh well. After you finish the story, what I recommend, explore these ruins, just because there's tons of wind wheel asters, which is important to Bennett's and the Traveler's ascension materials. Unlock this fast travel. All the light is there, very convenient. There's some wind wheel asters, mark that on your map, and pay attention because we have a mini boss fight. Can Captain Kaya defeat the enemies? Let's see. And Bennett, and Lisa, and Traveler. Come on. Come on. Ugh, God, those little things. Yo, yeah, I'm... Oh, no. Oh, wait. Yep, there we go. I'm just going AWOL here, even though that's not really how to use them. Yeah, after that fight, collect this. Yeah, there's tons of those around here. And berries. Pretty cool. And yeah, we completed opening this door. Wow, I'm really doing all the work here. You really don't want to come down here? Okay. Sheesh.
It's done! Paimon thinks we should venture onward from here.
Yep, that's it. Go to your lazy friends, cohorts, acquaintances. They're not really friends of the travelers yet, besides Venti later in the story.
I'm thinking about turning these adventures into songs after we're done.
A song about that I did all the work?
Hopefully, this song will be sung for years to come by the people of Mondstadt, just like the legend of Vanessa.
Deep lore, you'll get to that later.
I have loved that song since I was small.
Very American to do this, since I was small, since I was very young. Other cultures, since I was very young.
How are you feeling today, Honorary Knight?
I feel empty without the Danelise Cordonale.
I am completely prepared and fully confident that we can do this.
Primo gems not included.
Even Master Diluc accompanied us to the very end.
Accompanied, past tense of verb accompany, to go somewhere with someone as a companion or escort. Not typically conversational in a casual sense. Sometimes it's in there in formal settings.
Despite only being an accidentally involved bystander.
Bystander, noun, a person who is present at an event or incident but does not take part in the situation. Like, you see in a car accident, but you were not part of that. And if we look at the context, he's accidentally involved. So that's why Paimon's calling it out. It's kind of weird because in this context, she might be lightly poking fun of him.
You shared your secret with me, and I only returned your trust to the same extent.
In other words, he won't reveal Venti's real name, Barbados.
It's freedom.
Freedom?
When you first arrived at Mondstadt, did no one tell you that Mondstadt is the city of freedom? She really is a child of freedom. Mondstadt is a romantic city without the reign of a king.
Because most of the time romance is feminine in European cultures, like in Paris, he's referring to Mondstadt as a she. As someone who studied French and have been to Paris, yes, Paris is a very feminist city and very romantic.
And its citizens enjoy the most freedom amongst the 7 nations. I hope the dragon that once protected Mondstadt will soon be free too. No one should have deceived him by telling him that Mondstadt betrayed him. And no one should have told him that it was his eternal duty to protect the city.
Eternal duty, lifelong duty.
He has the right and freedom to choose his own way of life.
Venti?
Well then, traveler, may the thousands of years of wind that have blown through Mondstadt go with you. Just like the last time, I shall channel animal energy for you.
Oh, no wonder you said his voice sounds familiar.
She's referring to when we first met Venti out of nowhere in the sky. Oh my god, you're gonna witness the best boss fight when you start Genshin Impact. This is nostalgia for me, by the way. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to watch the boss fight, click away and come back to this English lesson. In other words, if you're having trouble with it, yeah, continue watching. Ignore the party for now, because when you first get into it, you don't need the team. It provides it for you.
Look! There are 2 shiny spots on Dvalin's back! They appear to be poisonous blood clots that have coagulated on his wounds.
Coagulated, adjective. So when the blood has changed from a liquid to a semi-solid, that is its state. So when we're on Dvalin's back, his blood is these weird
the Abyss
purple
Order
thing.
must have cursed the wounds. That's what's corrupting Dvalin's mind. To save Dvalin, we're going to have to get rid of those blood clots. Aim for those blood clots.
Yep, we have to shoot away. It's very fun. It's so fun. Oh my god. It gets tricky if you're kind of playing on a controller, but it's oddly on iOS, on mobile. Players they say that this part is much easier on mobile. And yes, I want to say that. We're sorry, Dvalin. We have to do this. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh my god, my aim is always off, you know. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Now he's running away. Shoot. And we have to dodge these things. That was so close. It was close to half HP. God dang. Oh yeah, you have to wait this part out. And then about a few more seconds. A few more.
I'll extract and condense the pure animo from the shots being fired. Shattering them will
Yeah,
create
and then
vibration
when you,
patterns.
with those rings, you want to glide through those and dodge all of this. I don't even know what we call this. The star shooting from Dvalin? Cosmic things? Dodge Dvalin's weird cosmic things. Don't quote me on it. I just love this boss fight. It's just gorgeous. Things are shooting at you. You gotta help Dvalin and get rid of his corruption, and it's just the best. It's the best. It feels epic. Back when we used to just hit enemies and they hold still, and now they don't. So yeah, enjoy this boss fight when you first play Genshin Impact, because there won't be any more boss fights like this, ever. And we're just about to finish him off. I don't think I can shoot far away from over here, but I'm trying my best. Yep. Come on, Dvalin. And trust me, you will take this boss fight for granted after Inazuma, because things get much complex in terms of boss fights and ascension farming and definitely doing your trance domain challenges. And in case you're curious, related to trance domains, Dvalin farms Bennett's Taunt materials. You would think some of Dvalin's set goes to Venti, which is true, but that is Lupus, which is the when you do the wolf stuff.
Sorry, this is hurting you.
Finally, I have help. And Dvalin goes Super Saiyan.
Now we can fight Dvalin on equal grounds. The grandest bard is here to help. But first, let me be clear. Even after hundreds of years without use, Dvalin's teeth and claws are still very dangerous.
Alright, on to the fun part. Because you are going to take this aspect of the fight when you do your trance domain for granted. For when, yep, he falls down. Look at this damage. You're not going to do that again when you're doing the trance domain. And you're going to feel so awful. Oh, it's just a gut punch. Ugh. I have C0 Venti now, so that's kind of not cool. Come on, Hoververse, give me C6 Venti. Even though I had in the past. Oh boy. Those little things really do annoy me whenever I do get hit.
This is Dvalin's ace in the hole. Celestinum Finale Termini.
Ace in the hole, like an ace up your sleeve. He's got a lot of tricks.
I named it for him just now.
Seriously?
Well, anyway, let's ride the wind currents and stay away from the breaking platforms. The energy flooding out from the fissures will be hot. Be sure to watch your step.
Veterans are probably screaming at me on, get onto the other platform. Well, hold on a minute, because you definitely do. Yay, safe landing. Non-corrupted platform.
Tainted blood clot on his neck.
Ah, this is so satisfying. And you will miss this. And bullseye. Yep, you're going to miss doing that when you're doing your trance domain. Spoiler alert.
This place is gonna collapse!
It's been a while since we flew like this together. Huh, Dvalin?
Just now. Why? Why did you not ask me to protect you like the last time?
Me not wanting you to listen to the Abyss Order doesn't mean that you have to listen to me. Freedom, if demanded of you by an Archon, is really no freedom at all.
Is this the power of the Animo Archon? But I am no longer part of the Four Winds.
Even if that's so, you still protected us regardless. Now spread your wings of freedom and go with my blessing.
Sorry for shooting at you. Also, you're free. Wow, Venti, you really had to sugarcoat it.
And so, the Storm Terror threat was quelled.
Quelled, verb, to put an end to.
I clarified the misunderstanding to the citizens of Mondstadt and let them know that they are safe. To them, it seems Storm Terror attacked Mondstadt out of nowhere and then vanished just as quickly. They must be finding the whole ordeal very confusing.
However, winds change their course. Someday, they will blow towards a brighter future.
Just perfect ending for the story.
You guys are back! The honorary knight returns triumphant.
Yep, we're back from tussling with Dvalin.
Tussle, verb, to engage in vigorous struggle or scuffle, like a very difficult combat fight.
You just returned yesterday, right? Jean got back first, and she told us all about your heroic deeds. I wonder if I'll ever get an opportunity like that. That doesn't come into it. You guys deserve all the credit for how you resolved this crisis.
Of course, I did all the work. My friends were just chillin'.
When I brought you into the city that day, I was just doing my duty as an outrider.
You're welcome. But have you been waiting for us here this whole time?
Of course not. Just because I'm not out on the front line doesn't mean I don't have work to do. In fact, I'm dealing with the aftermath of the crisis as we speak.
Aftermath, noun, such as right after the war ended, there are consequences right after that, when everything is kind of settled. Perfect real-life example, the aftermath of World War II in Europe was terrible. 40 million casualties, and yes, I looked this up to fact check, and widespread displacement, leading to severe shortages, economic collapse, and moral crises. So there had to be a lot of reconstruction to happen. And that's what aftermath usually requires. And of course, if you're a young European listening to this and gaming, you have a more accurate picture than I do, because here in America, we were still taught that Europe had a terrible aftermath after World War II. In America, the aftermath was an economic boom, but also on the negative side, severe and extreme racial discrimination towards mostly African Americans. Excuse the length here, but real life example on this word.
Aftermath? Here? What happened in Mondstadt?
While Master Jean was away, the monsters lurking nearby made a coordinated attack on the city. Fortunately, we weren't completely taken by surprise. I detected the Hilly Churls were moving closer to the city a while back.
Oh yeah! Paimon remembers. When we first met, you were clearing out one of their camps.
Exactly. And if we hadn't started making preparations back then, Mondstadt would be in much greater danger by now. Me too. But I have a strange feeling that we're not out of the woods yet.
We're not out of the woods yet is an idiom that means we're still in a difficult situation, even though we made a lot of progress.
Hilly Churls aren't usually capable of coordinating like this. Our best guess is that the Abyss Order is behind it.
They've taken over the Hilly Churls. Good thing we saved Dvalin, or they might have taken him too.
That's right. And since I'm the Outrider, it's up to me to keep eyes on the Abyss Order from now on. I'm sorry. You should be celebrating your victory, not listening to all this somber talk.
Somber talk? A serious, sad, solemn conversation.
I promised to take you out for some sticky honey roast, didn't I? Before everyone got caught up in the Storm Terror crisis.
Got caught up in this case, when people were aware of the Storm Terror crisis invading their home.
There's no time like the present, right? You guys hungry?
Let's be present.
You bet! You may have forgotten till just now, but it's been on Paimon's mind this whole time.
You may have learned this in school, till and until. Simply, they mean the same thing, and mean up to a certain time. They are largely interchangeable. Until is just a little more usual. Till is more informal and common in casual English. Obviously, when you're learning your English writing, until is just the base use of what you use. In everyday use conversationally, like when you're going to the grocery store, whatever. It really depends on how casual the speaker is. Most people are most well-spoken now than how we were before. So don't be so confused if people say until more than as to the short verse of till.
Awesome, let's go! It's been way too long since I last ate a sticky honey roast myself. Wait for me at Good Hunter. I'll be right there. I just have to clean up here real quick.
Clean up here real quick. Let me finish what I'm doing. Yeah, and you should be able to reach Adventure Rank 19. Grab your achievements. You may have got a new character during your journey, or you might still look like this.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, also, that's our English
I
lesson
know.
for today. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye. Au revoir. 再见.
Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth.